Here it is. Scared yet, babe?
Yeah, I'm scared.
Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Laura. This is my husband, Mark.
Hello.
We are about to go into the Crescent Hotel here in Eureka Springs, Arkansas. We're going to do the ghost tour that starts here in just a little bit. First, we're going to get some footage of the outside of the building so that we can show you what the outside looks like. It's absolutely beautiful here. And we were saying it's the perfect day for it too, because it's like a rainy, foggy, dreary kind of day. The fall colors are gorgeous here. So we're excited to talk to you a little bit about the history of the hotel and then take you along for the ghost tour. I'm not sure if they're gonna allow like a whole lot of video, but I'll just take what I can and I'll fill you guys in with some voiceover if necessary. So, you ready?
Let's do this.
Here we go. The Crescent Hotel was built in 1886, just a few short years after the town of Eureka Springs was founded in 1879. Eureka Springs built up rapidly and became a popular destination from tourists near and far due to the interest in the healing powers of the many natural mineral springs in the area. The Crescent Hotel was built to accommodate such tourists, and it was considered one of the most luxurious hotels in America at the time. In 1902, the Crescent Hotel was leased to the Frisco Railroad, and then, due to the slow business of the hotel during the winter months, the hotel became the Crescent College for Women until 1934. Many prominent families sent their daughters to college during that time, and the ladies received an education that was extremely rare for that part in American history. One of the most notable women to graduate the college was Mary Ella Lundy, who went on to become head of the Women's Education and Physical Education for Women at the University of Georgia. However, in 1937, the Crescent took a dark turn in its fate when Norman Baker took over the hotel's ownership. We'll get into more about Norman in a bit. Today, the Crescent Hotel has been restored to its original luxurious hotel status. It has a spa in the basement, hot tub, a swimming pool. There are 15 acres of beautiful gardens and hiking trails, luxury suites and penthouses, a dining hall, and a rooftop bar and pizza parlor where Mark and I stopped to have drinks before our tour. Got the Frisco Sporting Club, whatever this is. Giant chessboard. Axe throwing. Life-size Connect 4. It's pretty interesting. Jenga and cornhole. Axe throwing. Got like little patio seating. Today's not exactly the day for it, but it's kind of neat. Barbecue bus. Got a hiking trail.
Dollar bill, y'all.
What is that about? You dork. Now in 1937, like I mentioned, the Crescent became the property of Norman Baker. Now, Norman Baker was not a doctor, even though his brochures made it seem as if he was. In fact, Norman Baker was more like a con artist of his time. He began as a vaudeville performer and a mentalist. later to become an inventor who scammed his business partners out of their profits, and finally he ended up at the Crescent, where he turned the former hotel / college into the Baker Cancer Clinic. Baker claimed that he could cure cancer patients with a 6-week guarantee without surgeries or any other type of invasive procedures. Desperate cancer patients traveled to the Baker Cancer Clinic and paid a hefty price tag for their stay. He took millions of dollars from families who were desperate to cure their loved ones of cancer, only to have them injected with fake medications and taught these mental therapies that really did them no good. As you've probably guessed, many patients died during their stay at the Baker Cancer Clinic, and they were wheeled late into the night down the elevator and into the morgue and autopsy room located in the basement of the building, which we'll get to see a little bit later on in our ghost tour.
She stitched him up.
Here we go.
Elevator.
4th floor.
Dude.
Not that kind of a haunted house. Here we go. To the 4th floor, where the ghost tour is.
And hopefully a bar.
And we think a bar. Oh, straight through there. Or there's a facility lounge, it says right there. What's that one? Facility lounge.
Faculty lounge, honey.
That's one of those moments. That's one of those.
Did you get that on recording?
I think I did. Watch out. There, she's trying to get by. That's one of those moments you're talking about, huh? Faculty. Okay, let's go.
Honey, show the people the sign.
I don't want to.
Facility lounge.
Faculty lounge. I don't know.
Christmas.
I don't think this is the right way.
Might be because there's that part that's not.
Oh, you gotta go outside, huh? Oh. Ooh, wow. Look at it now. Holy cow.
Now's when the church bell is
That door took the longest time to close.
I just.
What? Does that mean it's 7 o'clock? Is it 7 o'clock? Is that why the church bell's going? 6:30. Must ring on the half hour. That was still really creepy though. What is happening? Oh, that's neat. So I'm pretty sure these are the staircases that my mom said when she came here with her friend, that they were up like on one of the top floors like this, and they looked down and they saw like a little girl in like kind of like an old-fashioned looking dress, and they waved to her, and they said that she just like stared at them and like didn't say anything back. And then they thought like, okay, that's kind of weird. And then they started walking around some more, and then they said, wait a minute, like, why would she have been there by herself? Where were her parents? And like, why was she wearing like old-fashioned looking clothes? And they came back and she was gone. They tried to go find her and they couldn't find her at all. Isn't that creepy? That's what made me want to come here. Just her telling me that story. It's really strange. As Mark and I were waiting for our ghost tour to begin, I decided to wander down the hallway. I felt like there was something here to the right of me. You'll see me turn just very quickly, and then I went down the other end of the hallway. I want to point out that that same spot where I felt some sort of presence there, that room is called Theodora's room, or 419 at the Crescent, which our tour guide later on talked about how many have seen an apparition of an elderly woman standing right outside that door looking for her keys. And when she's approached, she makes some kind of comment about that she's looking for her keys and then quickly vanishes. I think it's important to note that I did not know that story or the significance of that door when I first walked by there. I just felt that type of presence. On the third floor, many have seen the apparition of a little boy named Brecky. Now, Brecky died at the age of 4 of some sort of intestinal illness, and he had lived there during the years where it was the women's college. Throughout the years, many people claim to have seen Brecky in this same hallway. Brecky, where are you?
Right.
I don't see him. I don't see Brecky, honey. I almost wonder when my mom said that she saw a little girl, if it could have been him, because he had like that long blonde hair. Huh?
He had that long hair, like...
Yeah, like that almost could have been him, honestly. Oh, look, it's lighting up right there. Oh, wow. Wow.
Okay. Whoop. All right. We're gonna press on.
Now, this is the room where our guide said gets a lot of paranormal activity. It's in and outside of room 218, and the apparition that is said to live in this space of the hotel is a man named Michael, who was a stonemasoner who was building the hotel back in the late 1800s, and he fell to his death in the location where room 218 was then built. And Michael is said to be a very mischievous ghost or apparition, spirit, whatever you call it, and has many stories of kind of mischievous activity in room 218. It's very interesting, and it's a very popular room for people to want to stay at the Crescent.
There it is.
Wow. The last stop on our tour was the morgue, and you're going to see just how close to this spa at the hotel the morgue is. You just go through the spa and then down this hallway that we're crossing into here to get to the former morgue and autopsy and the refrigerated closet where the bodies were kept. This washroom that we're about to pass right outside of the morgue is also said to have had a lot of paranormal activity where the washers will just turn on all at once, all by themselves. So that was kind of an interesting thing to note too.
How's it going? How's the car?
Going good.
Okay. You just followed them in the far room, have a little seat.
Now in the morgue, you see lots of memorabilia from the Baker Hospital days, including brochures with the wild claims about cancer cures being found there, and the mugshot from when Baker was finally convicted and sentenced to prison for mail fraud. What were these jars used for? Like all the little...
The medicines.
All the little... The fake medicine that he was giving people. It's crazy. And then he was like hiding them and burying them so people wouldn't find out that he was a scam artist. Now in 2019, all of these medicine jars and specimen jars that you see in this room were found really by accident. A couple bottles were found by a gardener by accident. He knew about the Baker Hospital days, and so the proper authorities were contacted, and they did an archaeological dig where they found hundreds of these medicine jars that Baker was trying to dispose of, I think allegedly to kind of hide the evidence that he was giving people elixirs that absolutely did no good.
So my ghost meter. So as I said before, it takes electromagnetic fields. So over here, I've got a fuse box. Hot wire fuse box. It goes crazy around something like this. It's full of electricity. It goes nuts, as it should. As you get away from that area, there's not detecting anything. But lately,
Oh, that's crazy.
there's no battery down there. There's no electrical down there. There's no reason for this thing to be doing this by the drain. So
Crazy.
well, yeah, but yeah, this kind of it just amazes me this thing's going off because it shouldn't. That's a gas furnace. There's no electrical over there either. So kind of strange.
This is the cooler that the bodies were kept in while they were down here in the morgue. And that is the end of this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed coming along with us and learning about the history of the Crescent Hotel in Eureka Springs. Now, Mark and I spent an entire week in Eureka Springs, so starting next week, you're going to be seeing a lot more of our little travel and adventure vlogs, including hiking. We saw some elk. It was rainy. The downtown historic districts, the beautiful springs, you're going to see it all. So don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.